Welcome to our podcast where we talk about the Cincinnati Bengals. Today, we're going to talk about players who left the team this offseason.
That's sad.
It is a little sad. So there are a number of notable departures. We'll start with some of the big ones. Let's start with a really big guy, actually, DJ Reader. DJ Reader is a defensive tackle. He was a big run stopper for the Bengals. So he is off to the Detroit Lions. What do you think, Jungle Junior?
I think that was okay.
It's okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Not sure?
Nah.
Do you want to talk about the players who might replace them?
Yeah.
So for DJ Reader, instead, the Bengals hired Sheldon Rankins from the Texans, actually.
He went to the Texans from this.
I think that's right. Yeah, he was at the Saints first, and then he went to the Texans, and now he's with the Bengals. So he's another big runs.
Big guy.
Yeah, I think he's a run stopper, but he's mostly someone who gets a lot of sacks. So they didn't have a big run stopper. And the Bengals do not play the Lions this year, unless it's in the Super Bowl. So we will not see DJ Reader this year. All right, the next one, another big loss for the Bengals and Bengals fans, wide receiver Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd is off to the Titans.
That's sad.
It is sad. But, so Tyler Boyd was great, number 83 for the Bengals. He was what we call a slot receiver, which means he would line up kind of towards the middle instead of on the edges of the field. And so one of the players that we drafted to help with that is wide receiver Jermaine Burton, who we've seen looking pretty good in practice. So hopefully Jermaine Burton can fill a pretty big space left by Tyler Boyd. And we will see Tyler Boyd this year when the Bengals play at the Titans in Week 15. So I'm sure there will be lots of hugs and handshakes and high fives.
With those two boys.
The other player who went to the Titans is one of our favorite cornerbacks, Chido Awuzie. So Chido also left the Bengals this offseason. Yeah, I know. Chido didn't have as good a year last year as he did the year before when he was really, really good until he injured his knee. But he still had a pretty good year. I think he'll be good for the Titans. And then hopefully replacing him, we'll have maybe DJ Turner or Dax Hill really stepping into that opportunity opposite Cam Taylor-Britt in the cornerback spot. So that's the Titans. All right, the next really big name to leave the team, Joe Mixon, a running back for many years, number 28. He was traded to the Texans. So what do you think of that move? Did the Texans get a good player?
Yes. And I also think it's okay that Joe Mixon left. It's actually really good.
Why is that?
Because he's had so many years of being on the Bengals.
It's true. He's been a Bengal for a long time.
So I think.
So it's okay for him to try out a new space?
Yeah.
Got it. Well, we're hoping that Zach Moss, who's coming from the running back coming from, do you remember which team he came from?
Colts.
The Colts was his most recent team. That's right.
But before he was on the Bills.
That's right. He was on the Bills first and then on the Colts. Hopefully, Zach Moss can fill the space left by Joe Mixon. Plus, we think we're going to see more of Chase Brown, who's another running back, who's pretty fast. Number 30.
Very fast.
He's very fast. All right. The next player who left is tight end Mitch Wilcox. Actually, one of two tight ends who left. Mitch Wilcox went to the Patriots. So I think that means he kind of swapped places with Mike Gesicki. So Mike Gesicki was with the Patriots last year, I think. And where was he before that?
Dolphins.
With the Dolphins. That's right. How do you feel about Mitch Wilcox leaving the team?
I feel like it's okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We're going to be all right?
Yeah. Because if you lose someone pretty good, you always try to find someone even better.
That's right. So we got Mike Gesicki, who is proven pass catching tight end, and then we also drafted 2 more tight ends that we talked about. So there's Eric All, who we hope is healthy by the season, and there's Tanner
Who's
McLaughlin. Eric All is a tight end out of Iowa. He played at Michigan before that. All right, the next one, big name that we lost, is tackle Jonah Williams. He's off to the Arizona Cardinals. So how do you feel about losing Jonah Williams to the Cardinals?
I really don't think it's really good.
Yeah. Well, we did draft a tackle in Amarius Mims, so hopefully that will help. And we also, in free agency, we hired Trent Brown, who is a really big dude. So hopefully he can also help out and fill the space left by Jonah Williams. Do you think Jonah Williams will do well in Arizona?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good player. Okay, the next departure, tight end Irv Smith, number 81. He went to the Chiefs.
Like it.
You don't like that Irv Smith went to the Chiefs?
No.
Why not?
Because the Chiefs are too good.
The Chiefs are too good. Yeah. Well, we'll see what he's able to do over there. All right, and then there's 2 other players that I found who left, but they haven't found new teams yet. So one of them is defensive tackle Josh Tupou. So he was sort of one of the backups for DJ Reader. And then guard Max Sharping, who was also the backup center. When we went to that one game last year, he was the one after Ted Karras, who was practicing his snap.
Oh, that guy I almost got a high five from.
You almost got a high five from him. But unfortunately, he's not on the team right now, and there's a chance that they'll re-sign him because he's not signed to any team right now. But right now, it doesn't look like he'll be on the team this year. Do you want me to walk you through some of the players who might have left, but the Bengals decided to re-sign, and they agreed to re-sign?
Yeah.
All right. Well, the big one is T. Higgins, where T. Higgins could have left the Bengals, but the Bengals decided to do something called a franchise tag, which says, nobody else can take this player, we're keeping him. So we hope T signs his tag and plays with us this year. After that, 2 of the tight ends, Drew Sample and Tanner Hudson, are both back with the Bengals. They could have left, but we re-signed them. Drew Sample is number 89, and Tanner Hudson's number 87. So both big tight ends who can catch the ball. I think Drew Sample had an injury for a lot of last year, if I remember correctly.
That's why we wanted to keep him. Maybe.
Are you asking me why did we want to keep him? I think we wanted to keep him because he's been a good tight end when he's not injured. So he's pretty good. We're glad to have him. After that, there's Travion Williams, running back, number 32. He was often one of the ones taking kickoff returns. So he's back for at least another year, which would be good. And then 2 linebackers, Joe Bocci and Akeem Davis Gaither, both good sort of backup linebackers behind Logan Wilson and Jermaine Pratt. And then, and another backup linebacker, Marcus Bailey, who I think both he and Davis Gaither are really good on special teams, really good at tackling on punts and kickoffs. And then we signed Trenton Irwin to another year. So that's another wide receiver that Joe Burrow really trusts. So let me pause here. What do you think of signing all these linebackers and running backs and wide receivers so far?
I think so far, so good.
Yeah, these are all good, reliable players that the Bengals know.
Yeah.
Okay. And then a special player that we re-signed is Cal Adamitis. He's the long snapper. So he does the snaps for punts and field goals. Do you think that's a hard job?
Yes. Because not even I can.
It takes a lot of practice. It's very specific.
You have to have really good aim and really good short slants. Not steep slants. Long slants.
To get it right to the right spot so that the holder or the punter can grab the ball and do something with it?
Yep.
Sounds right. And then I think one of our favorite players to get re-signed, maybe after T. Higgins, Jake Browning, also signed again, the Bengals to stay with the Bengals. How do you feel about Jake Browning coming back?
I feel so amazing.
Yeah, you like Jake Browning?
I love him.
Awesome. Well, Jungle Junior, that does it for some of the big free agent comings and goings. And we talked about the draft last time. Is there anything else you want to talk about today?
The schedule.
Oh, what more do you want to say about the schedule?
I want to say which ones we decided to trade with for all these different teams that we're going to be playing. Only the ones that we're going to be playing.
Got it. So we talked a little bit about some of the players that we added, but we mostly talked about players who have left. So we sent a player to the Lions, which is not on our schedule. We sent 2 players to the Titans, which is on our schedule. And then the Chiefs. That's right, a player to the Chiefs, who are also on our schedule. And
the Patriots.
The Patriots. So we'll see Mitch Wilcox in week 1. Anything else you want to say today, Jungle Junior?
No.
All right, let's wrap it up.
Thanks for listening.
You can email us at ditto@junglejuniorpod.com with ideas or feedback. What song do you want to sing?
The Who Dey chant. Until next time, I'm Jungle Junior.
And I'm Ditto.
Who Dey?
Who Dey? Who they think gonna beat them Bengals?
No.
Buddy.